Hey guys, so this is new. This is new for me. This is new for you. But I be having shit to say, and I don't want to force anybody to hear the shit I gotta say. But a lot of times, people do listen. People do listen. People do agree. People hit me with, "This is something I needed to hear." Wow, I can't believe you said that because I was just thinking about this the other day. So I'm trying to adapt into a platform, an outlet where I could give this to people and not have to worry about kind of like forcing them to hear me, right? So think of it as maybe like an older sister and older cousin talking about her life experiences to you for advice, for warning. I did this, so you shouldn't. I did this, so maybe you should. But also take everything I say with a grain of salt because I am learning my life still, and I'm going to continue learning my life. And we only live this life once, so I'm not a professional about a lot of this shit. Okay, let me get out the bathroom and let's get serious. Let's put on some binaural beats. This is raw, real, because I don't care about how I look. I'm tired of marketing an idea of myself on the internet, and I'll get into that another time because I'm still living that transition. This is something that I can step away from and look at and discuss. So this is why the first topic of conversation is love. Love is such I don't even want to label love exactly as a beautiful thing. Beauty comes with love, but love is chaotic, in my experience at least. And I've had good love. I've had great love. I've had healthy love. I've had toxic love. I've had one-sided love. I've had cat and mouse games. I've had it all. I've had fire set to the rain. I've had it all. And I haven't lived that much, so I genuinely try to refrain from using my past experiences to navigate going forward, unless it's like precaution. Like, this didn't work for me before, so let me try not to do that now. But when it comes to what I learned with the last person I was with, I'm not going to be the same person I was in the last relationship to the next person. You know why? Because everyone you encounter is different. And maybe it's the mutable in me talking. I'm forever changing. Like, I could be with someone long term, and the person I was when we first started talking is not who I am 9 months later. And I've seen that happen before. And I'm not gonna lie, usually people get tripped out about that. Like, in my two instances where I can recall that happening, my first partner who experienced like not being fond of the person I became at the end, they were a fixed sign. I'm very into astrology. I'm not going to be like, oh, you're a Virgo, so nah, I'm not here to do that. But I'm into real astrology, not pop astrology. So we're just gonna have to deal with it because, this is my page. I can do what I want. I'm a big girl now. The first person, fixed sign. And fixed signs are usually very comfortable with being stuck in their ways. They may want to change, they may want change, but when they find comfort in you, they don't want you to change. And you see, that's a problem for Miss Mutable Mama over here. The change that takes place in my life usually isn't planned. Usually it's not intentional. It could be intentional. There's sometimes I be like, yo, you see the current state of how we living right now? I can't be here again. So in that case, it's like, yeah, change. But in this case, when I'm talking about being in a relationship for the duration of like 5+ months, let's say, of course I'm going to be a different person. I'm going to be a different person because of all that I'm encountering in those 9 months, with or without you. You know? Seriously, with or without you, I am going to change regardless. I am forever changing. I am forever growing. I'm forever evolving. And I feel like we all are. Not all, but like a good portion of the world is taking in their daily scenarios, experiences, the lessons that they're supposed to be learning, their karma, their debt, all that. And they're learning from it. And I feel like it just makes it all the more noticeable when you're doing that individually, but partnered with someone who's also going through something similar. Now, what fucks things up sometimes usually is the timing. We're living two different lives, we're experiencing two different paths, but we're so bound together that we're forced to see each other's individual shit as one. And sometimes that can translate kind of shitty. I've seen it translate shitty. I've experienced it. I don't know. Like I said before, I'm always a different person when it comes to love. When I look at things in a general sense, or like when I look at things in retrospect, I realize that I've experienced a lot of love in my life. Like, especially coming to college and having friends who are at the same age range that you are in right now. And you look back at your life and they look back at theirs and they're like, oh, I really never had a boyfriend. I'm like, yo, you never been with someone? Because the way I grew up, it was like mandatory to have somebody. That's how, like, not in my personal views of things, like I never thought it was necessary to be with someone, but around me, I'm from Brooklyn, I'm from New York. In schools, everybody was romantically interested in someone. You know, it's school, you know, it's kids, but I don't know, I be seeing the movies from like I don't know, say like a small town or something, and they be having those experiences too. But in small towns, I feel like it's harder to not find a partner if you can't find a partner because everybody knows each other. In New York, it's so many people. So that was a big thing back home. Like, if it's not in school, it's through Snapchat. If it's not through Snapchat, it's through Facebook. If it's not through social media, it's in person. Like, you see somebody on the train and they show interest in you and they asking for your socials or your number. Like, or it's at BBP, you know? Like, we always had third spaces, but through those third spaces, connection culture was like strong, even platonically. Like, them big ass Facebook groups, the Amiris, the Diors, the Chanel Lees, like, yeah. I don't know, we always had third spaces where we could connect with people, whether that was for good reason or bad. There was a lot of socialization in that big ass city, of course, but it's pretty small. So yeah, growing up, it's like my first time I showed interest in somebody for real was 5th grade. I had a crush, but like, I've had crushes before. I wasn't trying to have like a boyfriend, and niggas was like, you want him so bad? And I don't even think he wanted me. Like, you want him so bad, that should be your boyfriend. Let me tell y'all how that went down, actually. Let me tell y'all how that went down, because low-key, I haven't looked at it this way, and there's a pattern. There's a pattern in my love life that I've been trying to break away from. But now that I'm looking back at it right now, it's low-key a pattern. My first boyfriend, I'm queer, so you're gonna hear boyfriend and girlfriend, but my first partner was a boy, and my first boyfriend was my best friend. We had a lot in common, like it just kind of developed into a best friendship, but from jump I liked him. girl, when I used to talk about this man, like this boy, because I was a fifth grader, I used to talk about him. He was older than me, of course, so I just thought he was cool because he's older than me. I always liked them a little older, like not too much older, but like a little older, because yeah, he was just very ostentatious. He was so showy. Like he I wonder if that nigga got a Leo placement. He was just so like, I'm here and I want you to see me. Like I want to be seen. But he was a Virgo, so he probably got Leo placements for him. So yeah, he was like, I don't know. I remember the first time I saw him, I was so quote unquote starstruck. Like obviously it's not starstruck, but I was low key starstruck. Like he turned around. I was in the auditorium and I felt like I was in a movie. I felt like it was in slow motion. I was just like, wow. He's so pretty. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all. That nigga had a beautiful face. Like he looked like a girl. Like he's a pretty boy. Like I always liked pretty boys. Yeah, I was like, wow, he's so cute. And this is like the first time I'm having a crush. Like a crush enough to be like, I'm the one who wants you, you know? This is the first time I'm experiencing I'm the one who wants you. This was a crush. This was the first time I felt what I be feeling when I have crushes. So I know that this was the indicator of my first crush. And like I said, it was so cinematic. I romanticize a lot. Like me, I should say what sign I am because I keep throwing out signs. Like, I'm a Pisces, right? And not all Pisces are the same. Nobody is the same. But I know for me, I am with all the romanticization. What? These glasses, y'all can't tell, but they're rose-colored tinted. Like, I'm so that I was like, yeah, I see the beauty in everything. Yeah. So, me being innocent and gullible, how old was I in 5th grade? 11? 10 turning 11. Yeah, I was like, oh, I have a crush and we're gonna make this happen. This was the first time I could track back feeling like this when I like somebody. And I've done this for a good portion of my years, dealing with romantic connections after this, but I've low-key stopped now. But this is the first time I've done it. I wanted him, so I was gonna get him. Oh, by any means. By any fucking means. And that's genuinely how I know that that was my first crush, because I would not let up. Oh my God. And I know that that's my behavior now, or was my behavior for a good portion of my time dealing with romance, because that's where it started. That's where this bullshit fucking started. Yo, I would want something so bad that I would be like, it doesn't matter how much time it's gonna take, I'm gonna get that. And I always did. But at what cost? At what cost? Like, it started to work for me so well. Like, oh, I'm gonna let you chill. I want you so bad. Like, yo, when I have a crush, I want them so bad. Like, it's really like a problem. Like, it's really a problem. Like, I want them so bad. Like, it's not regular. It's not like, yo, I think you cute. Like, nah, it's like, I want you to be mine. And I want to be yours. And, you know, I'm not fucking crazy. Like, I'm not fucking crazy when it comes to us actually being in a relationship. So I don't think this is too much of a threat. But I be wanting people bad. Like, I be wanting, like, something just takes over me, Miss Aries Venus. Something just takes over me. And this is how I am when I want something, period. Like, say I want a tattoo. That's all I'm going to be thinking about. I'm going to be making Pinterest boards thinking of this fucking tattoo. What outfit should I wear when I first pop out with it being healed? You know, I hyperfixate. I want shit. And when I want it bad. So when it comes to a person that I want, it's like, yo, I don't want to see you with anybody else. I want you with me. And I want you to want me that same exact way. I need that passion. I need that fire. Like, don't you want to feel wanted? Don't you want to feel wanted? I want to feel wanted. So don't you want to feel wanted? But later in the timeline, y'all gonna realize I scared somebody away this way. I scared the hoes. But that was the only time I did scare the hoes, so I don't really care. But I was kind of tripping though. I was kind of tripping. What the fuck? So, I saw, we're not gonna give his name, we're gonna say Jay. We're just gonna say Jay. I saw Jay for the first time on the first day of school, right? And I had that reaction. We went on like a get to know each other type of trip. So we went to Frost Valley. Real niggas know what's up with Frost Valley. Damn, I haven't heard that in so long. But yeah, my fifth grade class went to Frost Valley, and I was just so infatuated with this boy. Like, I was just like, wow. That's how I am when I have a crush, though. It's just like, you don't know anything about them. You just like the idea of them. And I know some people are like, oh, you don't like the idea of me. But I think that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. I love mystery. I love getting to figure out. You know, I love room for imagination. And it's like I was seeing him interact with other people, and I was just like in the sidelines, like, wow, I admire you. Mind you, do not laugh at me. Actually, y'all can laugh at me because this was my first. This is my first crush. So I'm sure y'all have far worse experiences. So, and it was innocent. It was innocent once. It was innocent once. Eventually, someone, like two of his friends, two of them, they were friends too. Two of them was flirting with me and wanted me real bad, and I wasn't one of them. And I was like, I don't want y'all because I want Jay. And they were like, oh, you want Jay? Oh, we gonna tell him. They told that nigga, and I was like, fuck. Because one thing I came to learn, I don't know if it was in middle school. Nah. I peeped it in high school too, but this was the first time I recognized this. When other people say it for you, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And I don't know. That whole like, when you niggas go up to girls and y'all are like, oh, my friend over there said that. You know how that looks? Like, do you know how that looks? Like, if my self in middle school was like, damn, they told him I want him when I could have done it myself. That's not embarrassing. Y'all grown ass men need to realize how pussy that shit is. Simple. It's a little, you look scary. Why can't you walk? Like, you're right there. Like, you're 3 feet away, nigga. You're 3 feet away waiting for your friend that went up to talk to the girl to look back and give the cue that y'all talking about. A homie in the back so he could be like, yo, like, come on, it looks a little pathetic. So yeah, at this time I was like, damn, they told him that I like him and I didn't get to do it first, so now it's just gonna be awkward. Like, this even happened to me in college too. Someone was trying to set me up with their friend, basically. Because it was like, oh, you cute, I have a little interest in you. But I could have been said that on my own. Whole time, I follow Shorty, right? I follow Shorty. So I could make the move. I don't mind making the move. I don't mind making the moves, y'all. And then Shorty never followed me back. So I was like, okay, it's okay. I don't really care. It's okay, I can follow. Like, it's Instagram. Like, I really don't give a fuck. It's not a major holiday. But eventually we'd meet in person. And it was cool, like, you know. But I think once she found out that I had a liking towards her, whole time I really didn't give a fuck whether it would be platonic or romantic. Like, I didn't care. Right now in my life, I kind of did a time jump, I'm sorry, but like right now in my life, it's like I'm really go with the flow. Like, I'm really go with the flow. The universe will do what it needs to. Like, if I'm interested in you but we not supposed to be together, time will tell. So I was letting time tell me. So I wasn't like applying pressure for real. It was just common information that I thought she was cute. I could think my friends are fucking cute. Like, we have similar interests. Like, why are y'all weird? Why are y'all weird in college? Like, y'all don't want to make connections that'll last a long time? Or while they do last, they're beneficial? That's for another time. But yeah. Now, Shorty's like, oh, she wants me. So when it's known there may be romantic interest involved, it makes things a little awkward. It makes things a little tense because it feels like niggas is forced to connect in that way. Nah. Oh my God. If I know you have a crush on me before, I'm still not going to be like, damn, now let's move. Like, we're supposed to make something happen out of this. No. Like, yeah, you can have a romantic interest in me. Cool. Whether, even sexual. But it's not like I'm going to immediately want the shit to flow that way. Like, can I figure out who you are? Please, maybe? Like, yeah, I can have a crush on you, but when I find out who you are as a person, I may not want to pursue that no more. Simple. Like, I feel like people don't understand that they attractive. Like, I don't blame people for wanting me. Before they get to know me and decide, like, hey, like, maybe let's be friends instead. That's fine. That's completely fine because I do that too. I do it too, and I feel like that's the smartest way to go about it. Like, that's that same shit that's like, oh, you're mad pretty, let's be friends. You're mad pretty, let's be together, and I don't know who you are as a person, and I pursue it. No, like, there's gonna be like problems later down the line that I'd rather avoid. And you know how you avoid that? By having interest at first, but getting to understand who they are as an individual, know. So you know. Maybe I don't want to continue it in this sense. Maybe we could go about it this way instead. But now, niggas not thinking like that, so it's looking like it's just pressure. It's just pressure. It just makes shit awkward. Like, oh, they're expecting us to actually work together. Whole time, it don't even need to be like that, y'all. It don't even need to be like that. Like, let's just grow up a little bit. So if I was thinking like that in middle school, imagine how I'd be feeling now. Anyway, he found out. He found out that I liked him. He ain't know who I was. Yeah, because mind you, we were on this trip to get to know each other. It was like a bonding exercise thing. And I remember the first time we had an interaction regarding me liking him. We were in class because we were in the same cohort, I guess. We were in English class, and he was like sitting on the right of me. It was like two desks over there, desk right here, and desk right there. So I'm in the middle, and he's like 2 seats away from me. And I think someone else brought up the fact that I liked him, and I was just like, oh my God. And then he was like, so? Dude. What the fuck? Nigga, so? So, eventually I worked my way into his heart. From there, I don't remember exactly. But, shit, it took a whole school year, but it worked, nigga. It worked. But yeah, keep that in mind. It took a whole school year. It took until June. I think it was like June 15th, like after the school year type shit. But it worked. And I was determined. Bitch, I was determined. Yeah. Let's go back to another example. So this is my first girl crush in real life. Like, I had celebrity crushes. And at the time, I was like starting to feel interest towards women. I had that said boyfriend at the time. So everybody was like, girl, you're not gay. Like, you have a boyfriend. Whole time. Whole time. So fast forward, this experience is in high school. I remember same thing. Niggas lock eyes. I think it's really in the eyes for me. Like, it's really in the eyes for me. You lock eyes with me, and it's like, if you're the right person, bitch, that's all I'm thinking about. I go to sleep, I dream about your eyes. Like, I wake up, and I wish I was looking into them. Like, that's how I be feeling. So, we were in the cafegimatorium, right? My school was ghetto. Yeah, we had all in one. We were in the cafegimatorium at period 4 lunch. I had period. Oh no, I was at period 4. There was like 4 periods of lunches, right? Period 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, oh my God. And period 6 was the littest. But period 4 is where everybody that I wanted to be seen by was at, right? Right. So I I remember it was like at the beginning of the school year for real. It wasn't the beginning. It was like probably like October. Probably like October or November. It was probably October though. We in the lunchroom. And I had seen this girl a couple times. I'm gonna call her Kay. I had seen her a couple times. But this one day, it was like we just kept locking eyes. And I was like, is this on purpose? Like, is she looking at something behind me? Whatever. But feeling that, I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? And it was the same thing as with Jay. Like, once that initial, like, we caught each other, yeah, it was clip. It was clip for me, not clip for them. It was clip for me. Like, I was a dumb bitch. I'm not gonna lie, I was dumb. So, I would say I was a hopeless romantic. And I still romanticize a lot. I still love, but I wouldn't say I'm as much of a hopeless romantic anymore because life shows you that this isn't a fairy tale, baby. It's not. And sometimes you can have that fairy tale-esque love experience because I've experienced it. But ask me if it's still here. So exactly. But yeah, so long story short, in that situation, that was some bullshit. I thought the shit that worked with Jay was gonna work here. And that's another thing I learned. Things can work for you one time, and you apply it again, thinking that you lucky all the time. You may not be lucky all the time. You may not be lucky again. Shit. That's why you really need to relearn for your individual experiences, because shit that worked for this person probably turns this next person off. You never know. Scenarios be different. So in this case, there was a third person in the picture. Low-key looking at it now, I was the third person in the picture. Not because I was like side chick or whatever, hell not. But I didn't know a lot. I didn't know about the situation. In my middle school, or not my middle school, in my high school, it was junior high to actual high school, like 6th to 12th grade. So there were these things, or there were these students who were called something specific because they had been at the school since they were in 6th grade. And their experiences were far different. They were prepared. They understood the bullshit that came with the school because they had been there for 3 years prior. And they had known each other deeper because they had been there for 3 years prior. So, Miss K had a bae, right? Miss K had a bae for a minute. And I come to this school not knowing shit. I didn't plot on her. She plotted on me. I did not plot on her. I just had a crush on her. She plotted on me. We were in the same class. And then she started talking to me and showing interest in me. And that's what got it. Like, that's what got it. At first, I wasn't being delusional. I just acknowledged that I liked Shorty. Once she started showing me interest, that's when the delusional switch kind of usually kicks in. So I don't know about this other person, right? At the time, they weren't together. At the time, they were best friends. Oh. So on top of this being a new experience, because I can't really count Jay as a real relationship experience because we were children, 1. 2, we were really just best friends that everybody was like, why y'all not dating? I had a crush on the nigga, but it wasn't a real relationship. It wasn't like real, like lust. It wasn't, I had love. But looking at it now, it's real platonic. Like, I didn't even really want to kiss him. Like, I don't know. I think it was just because I liked women, but whatever. There was nothing towards him. Like, he was dope nigga. Like, he was cool. Like, we worked really well together. Like, that was like my best friend. But this was different. And keep in mind that at the same time, I'm trying to monitor a more mature crush because she was mad experienced, period. And I ain't know shit, right? So I'm trying to manage this crush. And at the same time, I'm trying to understand sexuality too and how to go about being with girls. And it's a little different. Like, to my ladies out there that know, like, understanding straight relationships or cis connections is real different than navigating and understanding your first queer or your first lesbian relationship. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's so many unspoken rules. There's so many rules that straight people just don't know about. There's just so much that comes with lesbianism that straight people don't know about. Niggas made a joke at my school this week. There was like a Wild 'N Out show, and there was a joke about lesbianism, and it got quiet. And it was a funny ass joke. It was a funny ass joke, but nobody understood. And I was like, damn, it's really another world. Like, it's really another world. So I was trying to not only prove the fact that I really liked women for real, even though I had never been with a woman. Like, there's that whole, oh, you fake gay, you bisexual, you like nigga, you only been with niggas. Like, you know, there's that whole thing. So I had to combat that. I had to understand that just because I really like this girl, I will never be the best friend. I will never beat the first girlfriend, or like the really serious girlfriend, the first real serious girlfriend who ends up being the ex and then becomes the best friend. I'm never competing with that shit. I'm never competing with that shit ever fucking again. Yo, I thought when I first showed interest in her, I thought that was over and done, because that's how she was jacking it. And then there was people telling me like, yo, other people who have been at that school since like middle school in my grade, because she was a grade ahead of me, were like, I don't know if you could trust that. Like, you should be careful. I don't know if you could trust that. I just saw her in the hallway kissing her. And my ass was like, she just told me that she wasn't on shit like that. And I would text her. I'd be like, yo, people are saying that I should be weary. Like, can you be transparent? And me being me, like I said before, I was mad gullible. So I'm thinking, I'm the type of person that is going to communicate. I'm going to ask questions if I feel some type of way, because I want to understand you. I'm hearing this. I'm not going to take it, like, I'm not going to take that and run. I want to hear it from you. I'm asking you so I can know. Like, I'm not, you know, like, if someone's talking about you or talking about something regarding you, I'm not going to just take what they said. I'm going to ask you, because you are you. And it allows them to either lie to me or be like, I can read like whatever shit, you know, like type. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So she's like, don't even worry about it. Like, I don't know what they talking about. Like, that's just my best friend. Don't worry about it. Like, yo, she dead dogged me. Like, in retrospect, she really dogged me, and I paid it no mind, because I was gullible, I was innocent, and this was my first girl crush. Like, it was like, whatever you say, princess. That's how I was feeling. Whatever you say, princess. I want you so bad, I don't give a fuck. Would you believe that went on for 3 years? I finally got her, but that back and forth shit went on for 3 years. And you'd be like, how did that last for 3 years? How did you let that happen for 3 years? I ask myself the same thing every day. I don't really think about her anymore, for real, but I ask myself often, how? But if it weren't for that experience, I wouldn't know how dumb I could really get, huh? I feel like in my life, I have to do something terribly wrong, or I just gotta go about shit the wrong way to be like, oh, bitch, never again. Like, don't do that again. Like, you can never be there again. Like, you know how you felt during this period? You never want to feel that again. So, I don't be thinking about her for real. I just view her as character development for real. I made a whole 19-minute video in addition to that, but maybe I was just talking so much. But I don't know. Those are my crush experiences, and dealing with crushes at going into your 20s is interesting, because you look back at those moments, you know, prior times, and it's like, how is this different? How is this the same? What are the parallels? Like, I'm an adult now. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. it's like I still have the same feelings on the inside that I did as a child, but I have wisdom. I have wisdom with approaching it, but then at the same time, there's that uncertainty, that childlike uncertainty of not knowing exactly what to do and how to approach it, how to go about it. Do I do this? What if I do that? Do they like me back? Like, there's so many questions, so much curiosity, so many flustered feelings, and it's so weird to be facing that as an adult. And it's kind of thrilling. I like it. I like everything that adds adrenaline to my life. So it's kind of thrilling. Y'all know that lady that was eating the salad. But yeah, it's really exhilarating. I like the rush that comes with it. Over time, I've learned to really fuck with a slow burn. I don't know. Because before I used to really like want it quickly. Like, I want this, I need it, or my mom's gonna go somewhere else. But I've low-key mastered the patience of wanting someone. And there's so much quality when you wait. There's so much quality when you let shit just happen. Before, I would just try to get it. But it's like, it's so more satisfying. It's so much more satisfying when you savor the feeling, alright? I don't know. I just can't wait to see how things unfold going on in life, going into my 20s. Yeah, I hope things get more exciting because I'm tired of being bored. I was on boring shit for a minute. But that's the first thing I gotta say about love. And I have so much more to say. So this is love part 1. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys tune in next time.